Hello, my name is Murali Venkatrao. I'm a professor of yogic physiology at the Vivekananda Yoga University, or VAYU, and I'm also the provost. My area of research is the effect of yoga on diabetes and other metabolic disorders. Now, in the last 20 years, there has emerged a great body of research that shows the unusual effectiveness of yoga in preventing, treating, or managing diseases like diabetes, various types of cardiovascular disease, and depression and anxiety, certain types of joint issues, and a host of other diseases that plague humanity. Taken alone, diabetes itself afflicts anywhere from 8 to 10% of all human beings, and more people die from diabetes every year than the number of lives lost in the First World War. So there is a great need for more potent and easily implementable interventions. And there is increasing awareness among researchers that yoga is a very potent thing to use in diseases like diabetes, cardiovascular disease, depression, anxiety, and so on. And there are many clinicians that are beginning to bring yoga into their practice. But if yoga is so effective, why haven't we seen more widespread adoption of yoga as therapy in mainstream medicine? The reason is we don't understand why yoga works. Let me give you the example of aspirin. For thousands of years, the bark of the willow tree was known to reduce pain. And in the 1880s, a chemist named Huffman, who worked for the Bayer Company, isolated from the willow tree bark a chemical called anti-salicylic acid, which he named for commercial purposes as aspirin. Within a few short years, the use of willow bark in the form of aspirin exploded. It was now used for about 20 to 30 different conditions, from fevers to headaches to chest pain, because testing was easy and implementation was easy. Then, in 1971, a man named Bergstrom and his colleagues finally understood why aspirin worked. They proved that it reduces inflammation in the body. As soon as this was understood, the mechanism of action, aspirin went from a pain reliever and a fever reducer to becoming a miracle drug. Over the years, it has saved hundreds of thousands of lives, perhaps millions, as an anti-inflammatory agent. Bergstrom and others won the Nobel Prize for their work. The aspirin moment of yoga is very, very close. We know that it's a potent intervention for many medical conditions. We are beginning to understand why it might work. But to hone our understanding needs a set of trained yoga researchers who know and who practice and who treat with yoga and are also trained in the latest scientific techniques. It needs a higher education curriculum. It needs a place where smart and open-minded thinkers can shine the light of science on yoga. In other words, it needs a research-focused university that's dedicated to yoga. And this is what VAYU is. We want to hasten the aspirin moment of yoga so that a great swath of humanity can benefit from this miracle drug handed down to us from the ancients. Thank you.